Hello everyone. Humble request. All that I expect is active listeners and not just passive audience. Is that fine? Thank you so much. A very pleasant morning to one and all present here. Firstly, I would like to thank the management of Muhammad Sadaq, AG College of Engineering for having me here. All that I could see before me is a bunch of aspiring engineering graduates. I think I can classify them into two groups. First group, right after their schooling, they decided that they want to pursue engineering. They started preparing for the exams. Right now, sitting before me as ambitious engineers, all set, all good. But the other group, it's totally the other way around. They did not choose engineering, but perhaps engineering chose them. So, I just want to know the students who belong to the second group, guys. Just put your hands up. Good. I could find a good amount of representation over here. The basic ideology is you people have literally mastered the basic essence of a human life skill called adaptability by adapting yourself to the field of engineering. And many students here, right after college, you'll be sitting for placements. So after getting into the corporate field, in like 5 to 10 years, over a point of time, you'll have a good pay scale, a good designation, secured life. On the other hand, some students, or even most of them right over here, they'll be visualizing themselves as entrepreneurs, coming up with their own business, startup or organization or venture, anything. So I just want to know the students who has this particular mindset of coming up with entrepreneurship as their career. Your hands up? Good. So I'm just trying to set the narrative here that my particular talk is specifically for you people. So just lend your ears. And the last question. It might be a bit lame, but anyway, I'm just putting it to you people. Let me take two students. One student having a CGPA of like 8.5, other student who has a CGPA of like 9.5. Question is, who is more intelligent? How come? The basic traditional education system in India, or even maybe across the globe, it made us believe that the one who has higher CGPA is more intelligent, right? Because the college management will award him certificates, medals, scholarships. In a way, I agree to it. Such kind of intelligence which directly equates a person's academic performance and scores to his intelligence is known as academic intelligence. With academic intelligence, you people can become skilled professionals, but to become a leader, to build an organization, to lead a group of people, something else has to come from within. Any idea? Such kind of intelligence is known as emotional intelligence. Let me introduce myself. I'm Saravanan Suresh, an entrepreneur, and my particular talk will be around emotional intelligence for business growth. So when I was a school kid, my dad used to tell me, Saravanan, steady well you can come up in life. I trusted him, I took his word so seriously. Throughout my entire school life, I remained as a topper. 95% in my 10th, 97% in my 12th, more than like 200 plus certificates during my school days. My school life got over. I was like, what? Am I a successful person now? No. He came up with the most important second instruction, lend your ears. Study engineering, you will be successful in life. Guys, don't laugh. I know. We are in engineering college. Don't laugh. So, again, I trusted him. I joined one of the leading engineering institutes in India. 87%, no backlogs, no arrears, few research papers behind my name, and a good amount of certificates in extracurricular activities. My college life also got over. And then I was like, what? Am I a successful person now? No. He was like, this is when he came up with the most important guru mantra, or the most important advice. To become a successful person in reality, in the field, we have to study something which is even more important than schooling and than college life. That is, study the people, you will become successful in life. You know what, guys? It really worked. If I have to go by the saying of Elton Mayo, the greatest human relations school thinker, he says, because of his rigorous hard work in the research field for more than like 20 years, he says any organization or a company can become productive and successful if it's going to incorporate the element of 3 E's, which is efficiency, economy, and effectiveness. And this element of productivity can be within a company only if such a company is going to imbibe the essence and values of human emotions. Because end of the day, organization is not just a building, right? It is the people who is working for the building. It is the people who is working for the management. It is the people who is working to build the product. So if you're not going to value the emotions of people internally, the organization is going to fail. So, end of the day, we humans are just social beings, right? We live in a society, and society in turn comprises of people. So if you want to become successful in life, win the people, you can become successful. Just because I made the statement, win the people in life, you'll become successful, don't come up with a narrative saying, I have made like 200 friends in my college. I have made 100 friends in my office. Why am I not successful? This is not the inherent meaning what I said. The basic essence is, you should be able to build a network. You should be able to build a circle around yourself comprising of individuals whom you wanted to see yourself in the future. Guys, let me tell you, if you do this, 90% of the time, let me tell you, you will be ending up as a successful person as whom you wanted to be. But here comes the big issue. Why would such kind of highly successful people consider your presence or even value your presence? Or even, how could you build such kind of high-profile network connection? And this is where the concept of emotional intelligence is going to be useful. The basic pillar of emotional intelligence is awareness, which I can classify into two groups. One is like self-awareness, self-explanatory. You just need to be aware about your own strengths. Second one, societal awareness. Before just getting into the context, I'll give you the essence or the characteristics of high-profile people. First thing, they love to be independent, alone. Though they are physically present, in their subconscious mind, they'll be thinking about one thing or the other thing. Moreover, if on a daily basis, they'll be dealing with hundreds of minor problems and 5 to 10 high-level decision-making problems. In that case, you get an appointment, go and meet them in person, and as soon as you meet them, sir, I have an idea. Can you help me? Sir, this is my startup idea. Can you invest in this? Can you be a mentor to me? Can you help me to grow? Let me tell you, you will be landing up as one of the other thousands in the contact circles. It won't work out. Because even if the person, if they're like truly good, if they're truly helping nature, their intent is to help you, but because of their lack of time, because of the pressure, because of the highly tedious work environment, they might not be able to help you. This is what happens. So what you have to do? Societal awareness. That is, you should be aware about the surrounding of or the environment of the person with whom you want to build a connection with. You should be aware about the business, their issues, their problems, and when you get to meet them, if you are able to match any one of your strengths, which can offer us a solution to their problem, let me tell you guys, 90% of the time, the same high-profile connection will volunteer and they will ask you for a favor. In that case, you will be having upper hand and they will be at the receiving end. At this point of time, the ball is in your court. Just make sure you do this with utmost sincerity, prove your skills, prove your ability. The same high-profile connection will treat you as a person of assert rather than a person of annoyance. It might seem that you have just built one proper high-level connection, but it's not the case. This is where the beauty of compounding effect or cascading effect will come into picture. Tapping one good connection, it indirectly taps 10 other connections in the social circle. The beauty of word of credibility. Ever heard of it? Somewhere in the future, the same person, in that friend circle, they might be facing the same problem. At this point of time, if this person is going to use your name, I know this guy, so good, so well, trust him, he'll do it for you. This word of credibility will propel your growth to greater extents. To be honest, today I have some really good deep-rooted connections in the industrial circle, political circle, as well as educational circle. It worked out for me. It will eventually work out for you, provided you are pretty much able to analyze your strengths, match it with the requirements of the high-profile connection, and make sure they consider you as an asset. So, another important aspect of emotional intelligence, like where it can be used within the organization, is conflict resolution. So what is a conflict, guys? Fights. The basic definition of conflict, according to Mary Parker Follett, the greatest organizational thinker, she says, when two people with two different opinions, when they meet in an organization, conflict arises. So we live in a civilized society, right? So if you and me having conflict, do we end up in physical fights? No. But the same conflict inside the organization will take up a new form, and it will come in the form of criticism. And this criticism, again, I'm classifying into two types: constructive criticism, comparative criticism. Constructive criticism will generally come from a person who's like icon in the field, aged, so matured. The intent of thinking is only to help you. They want to rectify your flaws and make sure you come up as a better person. Their intent is to make sure that you're going to survive as the best version of yourself. But this comparative criticism is a tricky one. It will be coming from the people of your same age group. And you know what? When people fail to compete, they start to criticize. For example, I'll give you an analogy. Say, let's take a track event, and like 4 to 5 people are running that event. The person in the second place will always be having internal comparison with the person in the first place because he wanted to overtake him. The person in the third place will always be having a comparison within himself because he wanted to overtake the person in second place. And when this happens in reality, the same criticism takes the form of negative criticism. Even it might lead to toxic criticism. So in that case, what do you have to do? Let me tell you guys. Imagine the person running in second place, stopping, turning back. Hey, how did you tell me this? That's it. That time is more than enough for the person in the third place to overtake him. Don't do it. Just focus on your track. Make sure you're going to just respond and never react. And 90% of the time, your response should be either silence or negligence. You have to just focus on your track, run even more faster in your life to the extent that this kind of criticisms will not be heard when you're going to reach the deadline or the end line if you're going to become a successful person. On a simple note, I'll just give you a statement. If you are receiving constructive criticism, you're going the right track. If you are receiving this comparative criticism or negative criticism, your growth is already in this upward projectile. And if you're going to study subjects like history, geography, or politics, or engineering or mathematics, over a point of time, you'll receive doctorate in your field. If you want to become a doctorate in life, then you must become a scholar of people. Get it? I don't think I have much time. So before concluding my talk, I'll just comprise my key takeaways. First thing, win the people who can take you closer to your goals. Second, be a person of assert and not a person of annoyance. Third, when it comes to constructive criticism, embrace them, keep them as your mentors, because these people will help you to grow. When it comes to comparative criticism, just respond and never react. The response should be silence, negligence. Excellent. So, end of the day, we all live in a democracy, right? India is one of the world's biggest democracies. And in the democracy, will of people will always put you in a powerful position, powerful place. So, if you can win the people, you will end up being as a powerful person, authoritative person. So just make sure you handle their emotions well. You'll come out to be as the best version of yourself. So with this, I thank each and every listener for sparing that time for my talk. And I once again thank the management of TEDx Mohammed Sadaq for giving me this wonderful platform to connect with several other speakers over here. Thank you so much.